Yeah, I got a fucking NT USB which weighs a metric fuck ton. It's just going to keep slipping in at the cunt. Yep, there it goes.
And we are now live. But fuck it, I don't care.
Oh, goody. I just got off Twitch. I streamed for about 4 hours on Twitch today.
Oh, what was you playing?
7 Days to Die.
Ah, okay, cool.
All right, I'll have to move this mic boom back. It's been a bitch. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Oh, I swore on the internet. How dare I do that?
God damn it, not on my fucking channel, Brad.
Fucking hell. So the GDC hit a fucking good milestone today, 1 million fucking views or something.
Yeah, I know. And I come in to the fucking well, I didn't go in. I started watching Steve's hangout right when goddamn Wonton shows up. That fucking dickhead.
Oh, fucking hell. I was streaming on Twitch and Landon was in my chat.
Oh yeah, Landon kept saying, "Hey, we got Red Eyes over here with I guess you were doing a thing with Pipmont."
No, that was me streaming on Twitch.
Oh, okay. Well, he was watching you and talking about you, and yeah, I was like, "Oh, well, where's he at?" And I looked around, and you were on Twitch, and I don't go on Twitch very much.
No, that's all right. I've just started Twitch because it's not fucking YouTube. It's just like I'm getting pretty damn sick of fucking all of the bullshit. It's just like I just want to have fun with my friends, and it's like I keep getting drawn into these shitty fucking arguments, and I'm a contrarian. I can't help it, and I like to argue about shit, but it's just getting old. It's just like I'm so fucking bored with fucking all of that. I just want to have fun, and it turns out that I've just found my passion for playing games again. So I've just got all of the Far Cry 5 DLC this week, and I'm gonna set myself up with a second little monitor. My buddy gave me a little 22-inch LCD monitor, so I've got chat now for Twitch. So I'm just gonna, anytime I play single player, I'm gonna just stream it straight to Twitch and fucking sit there and jabber into the mic. And if anyone's in chat, I'll talk to them, and if not, I'll just jabber into the mic anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough. People have been asking me if I'm going to stream the D&D stuff to YouTube, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it to YouTube or do it to Twitch.
Do it to Twitch. Here's the thing. I'll say this about Twitch. First thing I noticed, notifications straight out. I start streaming, fuck, people are in chat 15 seconds later. It's like, hey, YouTube, you should go and talk to the people at Twitch and learn how to do notifications properly, you jerks.
Yeah, I can see that. And plus, you can get away with more on Twitch, can't you?
Oh,
well, I mean, I don't mean flash your titties or anything like that. Or
no, I actually think Twitch should probably be. I'm going, and this is an assumption, I must admit. I'm going to assume that Twitch probably would be a bit more strict on what you can say, because it was primarily about gaming. But I suspect if they have half a brain and they see the potential for just ad revenue alone, that they will start to slowly open up new facets for. Well, they have been, apparently. They're starting to do that. You're allowed to sit on there and play, like, if I was going to play Sovereign Citizen Bingo like Donut Operator on YouTube, I'd do it on a Twitch stream with my friends. I would just set up OBS and get Skype or something and work out a way to get everyone in the same call and play Sovereign Citizen Bingo, which is just the funniest game I've ever seen. You just pick a random Sovereign Citizen video and then print out all these cards with all the catchphrases of the Sovereign Citizens and start crossing them off till you get bingo.
Oh, you're talking about like allegedly Dave and people like that. Let me take a bath in my own piss guy.
Well, if he's a sovereign, then yeah, it's just like, I'm from Australia. From what I understand, and I've been watching court cases and all sorts of things, I have not seen one person succeed with this whole sovereign fucking tactic. Not fucking one. In fact, I've seen a shitload of them get arrested, a shitload of them get tased, a shitload of them having to buy new car windows because for some reason, these idiots keep refusing to open their window and hand the police officer their ID. It's just like, there's a federal case in America, and this is the precedent, and it's, I forget what the case, Nim versus something, Nim versus Penn or something. I forget, but it's a specific case that refers to this whole thing, and it's like, if you are pulled up by a police officer, and he requests that you give him you're driving the vehicle and you've got to give him ID if you ask for it. It's just as simple as that. And all you do is go, here you go. Or you tell the guy, I haven't got a license. And you get the ticket, and he'll probably let you go, and you either have to leave the car there and get it towed or get one of your friends to come and drive it away. But you won't go to jail. You won't get the window busted. You save yourself about 5 hours of getting stuffed around. So what's the point of being a sovereign citizen? You're not saving money. You're not saving your own time, and you're getting the shit kicked out of you, tased, your car windows popped, and found guilty of being a massive douchebag when you get to court.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you have to have a license to drive a car.
Yeah, and this whole, I'm traveling in my vessel, piss off, you idiots. It's a fucking car. You're on a road. It's not a boat. It's not the sea. Stop using this because I hear maritime law referenced all the time.
Oh.
If they're trying to use maritime law, please stop. You're just making idiots of yourselves. It's like, they've even had to release, I've seen police training videos on how they deal with the sovereigns now. And I've also seen videos where sovereign citizens pull out guns and shoot police. It's like, wow. There's been one where a father and son got pulled up. The father gets out of the car and he's sort of talking to the cop. And while the cop's doing something with the father, the son gets out with what looks like to me an AK-47 or a Kalashnikov lookalike and shoots the cop. Kills him.
Damn.
And the sheriff of that town, it was the dude's dad. And he had to get out there and go, my son's dead. His partner's wounded. And these two guys, because they didn't want to basically get a traffic ticket or they were driving an unregistered, it's just like, Jesus Christ.
Man, yeah, it's bullshit.
Mad. I flat out don't get it. And I've watched a lot of videos now. I don't get the tactic. It's like, what do you hope to achieve by going with this sovereign citizenship? Because all I see is people, you waste the police's time. You know, actually, I saw a vid last night where the cops have popped this dude's window, and this dude's got a little thing. It's like a spring-loaded thing, and he just goes, pulls it back, holds it in, and then lets it go out the window, and the whole window just goes. It's like a little sharp metal bit. It just hits the window with this little tiny impact zone, and it just sends the shockwave out through the glass, and the whole panel just goes and confettis onto the floor. And both the cops that were with him, they were laughing, go, dude, I've got to get me one of them. They're great. He's going, oh, yeah, no more swinging the baton at the door, at the window.
I think that's an emergency tool for like getting people out of wrecked cars.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
It's also a handy tool to help the police get in the car to get that pesky sovereign out of that car.
True that. Oh,
I laugh so hard because the two cops that were with him, they're just like, oh, dude, that was really cool. He said, how's it work? He says, yeah, it's a spring-loaded mechanism. You just pull it back and let it rip, and the impact's just enough force to make the glass go. Like,
yep, it shatters the safety glass, yeah.
Yeah, and it did too. It made it shatter into confetti, so it's like it was no massive shards. It didn't fly all over the car. It just like fell out of where it was. It shattered and then crumbled.
Yeah, like cracks and falls. All of it falls down. Yeah, I've seen that before.
Pretty damn cool, actually. But yeah, that's my favourite thing at the moment is watching sovereign citizens and their pathetic attempts at trying to get out of traffic stops. And I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't either. I mean, my uncle was a state police cop in Virginia for goddamn, well, until he retired. So he got like a fat state pension and all that good shit. But yeah, he's told me some shit about people trying to do that, and it just makes me laugh every time.
It's crazy, mate.
I'm like, look, here's my ID, here's my registration, here's my proof of insurance. What?
Yeah, well, my last experience with the police, my car was just out of registration, and it was at the officer's discretion, and I was polite to the officer, and I cooperated with him, and I didn't try to bullshit him, and instead of fining me $1,200, he went, here's the deal. I'm giving you a chance. If your car shows up on my system at the end of the day, I finish my shift at 4 o'clock and I'm gonna check the computer at about 10 to 4. And if I see that your car's been registered by the end of business today, I'm going to have a tiny fraction of my faith restored in humanity, or I'm coming to give you your fines tomorrow morning and I'll probably be in a really bad mood. And I went, that rego will be paid way before lunchtime. And it was paid within an hour. And I reckon that cop went home and had a good chuckle and he went, oh, they're not all total shit.
Well, I mean, that's what people don't get. Police officers are fucking people. If you treat them like people and be nice, be respectful, fuck, that'll get you 99% of the way out of a ticket.
Yeah, well, the way it all went down, I was actually going to my friend's place, and he lived in a unit behind the block of shops on the main street of this little town. And so I've driven from my place and slotted in behind the shops and pulled into the car park. And the cop has pulled up behind me. So he's pinged my rego and then followed me. So his automated system actually alerted him that my car was out of rego, because it's every car that drives past him now, it's going scan, and it's reading every number plate, and it'll come back. That's out. That's good. And then mine went red light, and the copper went, oh, beauty. Oh, I'm bored. Shall follow. And he's assumed that I'd seen him and tried to hide behind the shops. And he said, what are you coming in behind the shops for, mate? And I explained to him, I'm here to pick up my friend and then drive him to Tweed Heads. That's what I've been doing every morning. I help him out. And just as I said that, sure enough, my mate and his mum walk out and go, hey, Steve. And I go, how you doing? Just talking to the office for a minute. I'll be up in a minute. And the copper worked out that I was being honest, and he gave me the chance. He said, I'm going to give you a chance here, mate. It's up to you what you do with it. He says, right now I can fine you for about $1,000. He says, if you attempt to go to Tweed Heads, I'll do you for about $1,500. He says, or you could just register your car. You choose. So I went, borrowed some money off my mate's mum, went and registered the car, and then went and paid her back.
Hey, you did what you had to do.
Well, here's the thing. I spent an hour of my day organising rego. Now, if I was a shitheel and gave the cop shit, it was going to take me a lot longer to come up with $1,500 or $1,000 worth of fine money. A lot longer than an hour, dude. It's just like, here's a reality check. It's like, cooperate with the police. You're going to save time. You're going to save money in the long run. And I'm talking about traffic stops here. All right. Just all I'll say is if you got to speak to a police officer about something else, just say, I would like to speak to a solicitor first, and don't say nothing till you talk to a lawyer. There's my advice. But when it comes to a traffic stop and the police officer asks you for your driver's license, hand it to him, or just be honest and say, I don't have one. And deal with that little tiny blip of trouble, because it's just it's a shitty little offence. It's a slap on the wrist and a little fine. Take the fine and walk away. If you haven't got the license. If you have got the license, don't be a douche. Give the fucking goddamn cop the license.
Yep.
Because the quicker you cooperate with him, the quicker you will be back on your fucking way about your business. It's that simple.
Yep. And
even if you've got the tickets, they don't usually haul you off to jail for shitty little tickets, do they? They just go, pay this within 30 days at the local blah, blah, blah. And then they'll drive off and leave you to go on about your business again. It's like,
oh, yeah. And it's like, sign here and you're on your way. And, you know, you've got X amount of days to pay your fine or go into court and fight it.
And once a week, it sort of pays to have your buddy walk around your car while you're hitting your brake lights and indicators, just checking them all to avoid those pesky traffic stops in the first place. Because that's how they get a lot of people. Busted taillight, pull you over to let you know. And usually what the cops will do is pull you over, just say, hey, your taillight's out. And if you don't give them attitude, you know what they'll do? Yeah, just get that fixed and have a nice night. And they'll drive off without giving you a citation.
Exactly. Oh, but hey, buddy, you've got a headlight out, or, you know, your turn signal's out.
But if you go, yeah, so fucking what? The cop's just going to go, well, that's a $45 traffic citation. Here you go. And writes the ticket out and tears it off and hands it to you.
Yeah. I refuse to sign. Well, that don't fucking matter.
I don't consent to this. That's like, the police don't give a shit if you consent or not. That's have you got have you got jurisdiction? It's like, yes, you're in my town. That gives them jurisdiction. It's that simple.
And if it's a state cop here in the States, we've got statewide cops, and he's like, my jurisdiction is the whole fucking state. So what are you gonna do now?
Oh, we got feds over here, so we got so we got local cops, but they're good statewide. So if they start a car chase at the very southern border of the state and drive all the way to northern Queensland, they could stay in the chase. There's no county shit here. It's there's precincts, but a Queensland police officer is okay to police in Queensland, and they're deputised. So let's just say the border town of Coolangatta, and then you got Tweed Heads. I'm making the assumption that they deputise each other's police officers for a certain amount of distance over the border before they've got to cut off chases and shit. That used to be the way they did it. I'm not sure what they do now, actually.
Oh, funny story. I was telling you about my uncle who was a state cop. He chased a guy across 6 counties one time before he caught him. He was statewide. He could chase him all the way to the border of another state. And the dumbass didn't take a fucking left turn and go into another state. He stayed. It was border counties along the state line, but he chased him all the way and finally caught him.
Well, here's the problem though. If you're in a chase with a cop, I know this about American law. It's a big problem if you do something in a state, and then you're in a chase and you cross a state line. That turns it into a federal offence.
Oh yeah.
I think I think if I'm wrong, someone can chew me out later. But that makes it like 10 times fucking worse. Once you hit the federal level of offences, it's like, oh god damn it. Now we go to federal court, and we got the federal prison system to deal with instead of, because I assume that there's a federal prison system as well as state level.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, shit, yeah.
You could be charged in the, like, okay, I'm in Virginia, and say he crossed over the border into North Carolina. Well, you can be charged in Virginia, and you can be charged in North Carolina, and then it is a federal thing. So that's 3 charges you've got.
Damn.
Yeah. But he caught him. It's a funny story. It's a long ass story, but it's a funny story. Well, it started just the south side of Richmond, which is the state capital of Virginia, and then he chased him all the way down to almost the border of North Carolina, and then the dude took off and started headed toward the mountains. And little did the dude know that that's where my uncle grew up at. My uncles and my dads grew up in the Appalachian Mountains. So he knew every twist and turn that the guy was going to take. It was funny as shit.
He's like basically driven into Bo and Luke Duke's fucking home territory where they used to fucking...
Basically.
Dumbass.
And my uncle wasn't no fucking... What was his name? What was that fucking sheriff's name from the Dukes of Hazzard?
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Ah, there you go. I was getting ready to say Buford T. Justice, but that's
from Cannonball.
No, that's from Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit, yeah, sorry. Fuck, I always get those fucking 2 mixed up. It's like, yeah. Because I just watched Smokey the other night when they announced Bert passed.
Yeah, so. He was gonna do another movie before he died, but
yeah, Netflix in Australia just went. I think they must keep an eye on their search algorithm, because the day he passed, I reckon about every Australian that had a Netflix account went Smokey and the Bandit and Cannonball Run. Actually, I'm going to go back there now because I suspect that Netflix they better have put Smokey and the Bandit 2 up by now. I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, Smokey and the Bandit 2 is great.
All the Smokey and the Bandit are fucking awesome.
He's put the Elephant Man. I was like, God damn. That came out of left field.
The doctor, the gub-eyed doctor, he is just the best fucking character. That dude that played that fucking doctor just sold that part. It was just like,
that was
oh my God.
Dom DeLuise. He was in Cannonball Run. He was Captain
No,
what?
no, 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 no. That wasn't Dom playing that old doctor, the real gimp-eyed doctor, the old dude that
Oh,
with this that walked around. He kept injecting everyone with that fucking syringe full of whatever it was.
I know who you're talking about. He used to be in a bunch of old westerns. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
I
and
know.
he's got that eye. He's got that freaking eye. It's just like, and when they sort of do that semi-side thing, and he looks sort of like out the side of his face at you with it, and it's just like that is so fucked up. And
And
that's what, like,
every time he popped out, they played like the Phantom of the Opera music. Dun, 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 dun.
jeez, if he was just that character, holy shit. But yeah, the Smokey and the Bandit movie and the Cannonball Run movies, because there was the guy that played Klinger in MASH. He plays a brilliant fucking character in the Cannonball Run, the Rich Arab.
Oh,
And
that guy. Yeah.
yeah, he's fucking brilliant in that. It's just like, because I just recognized him as Klinger all the time, and when I was a kid, to see actors play other parts, it was really sort of weird most of the time. But he sold that part so fucking well, playing that fucking Arab character. It was just, I fucking cried with laughter. And here's the thing, that movie, it's just got everything right with it. Some really nice looking ladies, some really funny fucking comedians, and a bunch of fast fucking cars and a half decent script. How can you fucking go wrong?
The chicks in the Lamborghini. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. There's
Jack
always
Elam. Somebody in the YouTube chat said Jack Elam. That's his name. That was the dude with the eye.
okay.
But yeah, the chicks in the Lamborghini, they would unzip their shit whenever a cop pulled them over. And that one time, the chick pulled them over, and they were like, "Oh fuck."
But here's the other thing: the Smokey and the Bandit. I learned a lot about that movie as I grew up, and just, well, not a lot, but some cool things. And the guy that drove the truck, turns out he's a phenomenal country western singer. And all the songs that he's singing, fucking most of those songs in the movie. I didn't know all this shit when I was a kid. And he could hook into a guitar like a fucking boss. Like, dude had fucking chops. He had skills that could pay the fucking bills. Really, really good guitarist. And I mean, those country western guys, when they start fucking chick picking, and the banjo players and shit, it's like speed metal guys look at those guys and quietly go, fuck yeah, those dudes are shredders. We won't call them shredders because it might upset them, but they are fucking shredding that shit. And yeah, like, especially some of the banjo fucking stuff I've heard just makes my mind melt. Just, how the fuck do you guys not do that and not start kicking the shit out of everything and breaking stuff? It's metal as fuck. It's like redneck metal. That's all it is. It's redneck metal.
Oh, I mean, I have much respect for the bluegrass guys. I can't fucking stand to listen to it, but the way they meld their shit together amazes me.
Oh shit! You know what else is on Netflix in Australia? Every Which Way But Loose.
Oh shit! I watched Every Which Way But Loose and Every Which Way You Can.
Yeah, Left Hand Clyde, whack. Yeah, that movie, it sort of, it kind of aged well. It's really weird seeing Clint Eastwood get kind of catfished. I was like, this is really disturbing. It's like he's such a nice cowboy bloke that he doesn't realise he's getting played, or does he realise he's getting played? I don't know. Let's watch the movie again, because I kind of forgot how the movie went. And I'm halfway through watching it again. It's like, but the fight scenes.
I think he knows it. I think he knows it and just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I'm figuring it, because he just likes to beat the shit out of people, because the fight scenes are just the best. It's like half the fight's like you see both of them sparring, and then the next half of it, it's just from the perspective of Clint, and you just see his fist flying out, going boom, boom, bang, bang, boom, boom, pop, pop, and you just see the other guy fall over. And it's like, you don't see that sort of camera work anymore from it. It's just, I had a good laugh when I saw that perspective. It's like first person view from Clint's perspective of him beating the fucking shit out of a dude.
Oh, I liked I guess it was his mom. It might have been his grandma. That fucking foul mouthed old bitch. Oh man, she makes me laugh every fucking time.
Fails the car driving test because she's too old. She goes crooked. She keeps blaming everything. She's like, should have worn that different dress. And then she said, I should have worn the wig and should have worn the glasses and should have did this and should have did that. It's just like, fucking A. And that's right. And Clyde keeps shitting all over his stuff.
Oh, Clyde shits in cop cars. That was my favorite thing. I was like, Clyde takes a shit in cop cars. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking epic, dude. I do like those old movies, and I wouldn't mind watching Animal House again. It's
Animal
House. Yeah, it's a bit of a classic. And here's a bit of a sad thought. It's like, imagine if you tried to make a movie like Animal House today, or I'll go one harder. Oh shit! What the fuck was it called? The Kentucky Fried Movie.
Oh Jesus!
Imagine if you, yeah, you couldn't make that today. You'd be crucified.
Mm-hmm.
You basically objectify everything on the planet. You either objectify it sexually, or you racially. Everything's just so fucked up in that movie. Like, what was one of the things? Catholic schoolgirls in trouble, and it just has the scene of the chick with the big tits getting banged, and she's just her tits are getting mashed into the shower. The shower fucking. So you just see these huge boobs getting like squished up against this glass panel, and the camera's right in front of it. Oh, it's like, holy fuck. And what was the other one? The rabbi and the black chick. He was like the rabbi. She was a hitman, and he would carry all the ammo and all the gear to the jobs.
Oh yeah.
So she's like this 6'3" Amazonian black chick, and there's like this 5 foot nothing rabbi feeding ammo into a machine gun and shit. It was fucking hilarious. And you couldn't get away. These are all the guys that ended up working on the first couple of seasons of Saturday Night Live, I do believe. They worked on that and Animal House. And then they went on to do Saturday Night Live. Which is Caddyshack.
Why you couldn't make Caddyshack today.
You'd be pushing Caddyshack. That would be pushing shit uphill. But I reckon the Kentucky Fried Movie would fucking ruin people. If they.
Oh yeah. The Kentucky Fried Movie would fucking get people blacklisted.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for Peter Jackson to get fucked up over Meet the Feebles. Have you seen that movie?
Oh yeah, I've watched Meet the Feebles. That's some twisted shit.
Now, it's a matter of time before the left come after Peter Jackson for that. Because this is just bullshit now. But I wouldn't be surprised if they start going after their own in that manner, because I've seen one or two instances of it already. They went after Will Wheaton, apparently. Poor old shut up Wesley.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the left turned on him, and he was one of their little fucking soldier boys.
Well, what was the zombie movie that Peter Jackson made? Fuck.
Zombie Sheep? Was it the Zombie Sheep movie?
No, it was a zombie rat bit some people, and it made everybody zombies.
I don't know.
I'll have to look it up. Hang on. Give me a second.
Oh, God. All right. Oh, look at this. There's that chat thing. That's right. Now I can see chat too, because I'm not being fucking lazy. Pop the chat out. I don't want to see my icon on the screen. You suck, Red Eye. Get off my screen, you piece of shit.
One bad taste.
Hello, chatty people. Oh,
wait, he produced. Holy shit! Peter Jackson produced The Frighteners. I did not know that.
He's done some cool stuff. And like, I love Meet the Feebles. If anyone ever goes after Peter Jackson for that movie, just please stop. Don't even start on him. It's funny. That movie's funny. And speaking of the adult version of what I don't know what it's called, but it made the owners of the Muppets freak the fuck out.
Oh, the Henson people.
Yeah, that movie is going to be so good. I'm just going to get it on DVD. I don't go to the cinema because fuck paying an exorbitant amount of money to sit in an uncomfortable chair for 2 hours around people I don't know while I can't have a bong while watching a movie. Screw that. In fact, if anyone's got half a brain in LA when weed's legal, I'd be opening up a very well ventilated theatre so people could sit there and blaze a joint while watching their favourite movie while you serve them nachos and pizzas. And I'm telling you, once they're stoned, they won't give a shit about paying an extra $1 or $2 for the nacho and pizzas. That's where you're going to make your profit. In fact, I'd pay big money to go to a theatre that allowed you to smoke while you watch the movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Except California's a son of a bitch for all the health stuff and smoking, so can't smoke in public. It's kind of like Australia. It's really bad here now. Not allowed to smoke inside pubs or clubs. You got to go to special smoking sections. Oh, look, it's my sleazy dog. She's trying to sneak into the room that she knows she's not allowed in because it's got all the expensive electronic equipment in it. So what do we say to the dog that walks into the room? Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Thank you. She thinks it's a big joke until I use the F-bomb. Oh, she's already walked back and she walked back about 6 foot and she's got it so just one of her eyes is sticking around this corner so she can see me.
Peeking at you.
What are you doing? What are you doing, dog?
Give me a second. I got to go get another beer. I'll be right back.
It's beer o'clock. Oh, look, here's the dog and it's about to jump up on the bed. Come on, shithead. Drop. Hello. Oh, yeah, that's right. Try and hit me in the Jats crackers, you son of a bitch. What are you doing? Why am I letting you on my bed, you big furry bugger? You're just going to make it all... Oh, now you're going to try and lick me in the face. You lick your butt with that mouth. I'm not letting you lick me in the face with it, you butt licker. Oh, don't be depressed. It's okay. I don't mind that you lick your butt. You're just not allowed to lick me. Yeah. What are you doing, Muttley? Okay, off you go. Gee whiz. Yes, it would be, the world would be a better place if everyone just sort of stopped every 2 hours and smoked a joint. Be a bit less productive, though, I will admit. But it'd probably be a lot less angry people around. And, yeah. Local eateries would do a roaring trade because everyone would constantly have the munchies. So opening up that taco stand would probably be a good idea. I don't know. I wonder when Australia will think about legalising marijuana in that manner. 2286 will be my first guess. What's the date today? 2018. Bugger. Looks like Rex had to go down to the next state to brew the beer. Actually, he's growing the hops right now. He should be harvesting them any second. Now he's running into the brewery like a madman. He's throwing the hops in some big container and now he's brewing his beer. Be like Phnom Penh. Happy pizza is such a great idea. Yes, if they don't give a shit about people being high on weed, yeah. It's really weird. There's they're trying to bring in laws now in Australia that are quite strange concerning weed. And that is that they can roadside test you now and they can detect the presence of it, but they can't get it down to a finite timeline. But what they do is if they test you and it shows that, yeah, you've used it in some, I think the cutoff, it's around 30 days. So it can highlight that, yes, you've used within 30 days or some bullshit. They claim. I'm not sure. I've got to look into the science behind all of this shit because it's a new thing from the coppers. But if you say, yeah, I used 2 weeks ago or 5 days ago, and if it's any longer than a certain period of time, they can't do you for drug driving on the spot. But they still sanction you and take take your license off you for 2 weeks or some shit, or 4 weeks.
Well, see, the fucked up thing about my state is, if they catch you with a joint, they can confiscate your car. If you got a plant growing somewhere on your property, they can take all your property. I mean, it's just fucked up.
Yeah, it's the whole criminalization of marijuana and the drug war. It's really a big waste of fucking money. And I'm pretty sure that if we took some of the I'll just put forward this idea. Here's an idea.
Here's a hypothesis. Okay,
I just want to put an idea out there for you. What if we took and we legalized, and we'll just use America as the example here. All states and territories in America agreed that on January 1, 2019, marijuana would be legal at a recreational level, and that there would be a sales tax put on a certain amount, and that the money raised from the sales, the licensing sales, anything to do with distribution, and I think 50% of that money goes into health, the other 50% goes into education. That then would enable the police to drastically reduce the amount of money they put into policing and trying to reduce marijuana dealing. They'd still have to keep a relatively small group of people together to police, because there still will be an illegal drug trade, but it's more where people saying, yeah, I'll sell you a kilo of weed, and they give them a kilo of fucking lettuce. Like, that's actually happening in Colorado more often than illegal drug deals. Not there's people just scamming other people, saying it's weed and they're dropping a box of lettuce. Like, there's a case a year or two ago where some dudes did that. They've rung the guys up to do a second deal to try and get their money back, and there ended up being a shootout, and a couple of people got shot in the leg, and the cops ended up grabbing everyone anyway, and they're getting charged with drug dealing in a state where it's legal to buy marijuana, and it's just like, they're idiots because they didn't want to pay their taxes. It's just like, oh God, really, fellas? But all right, so imagine how much money you could put into health and education, and imagine how much money the police could redirect into other parts of policing, like, I don't know, domestic violence prevention, better training.
Child abuse.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of other things that the society would benefit from having the police looking at it a little bit harder, and having the police not look at weed smoking so hard. Now, I'm like, I don't know. I think it may be. And let's look at Colorado. Colorado's raised a metric fuck ton of goddamn tax revenue from it. And if you look at the yearly intake from the first year and then the second year, have a look at how far that graph starts to spike up. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. What was it? Nevada, when they introduced it, they ran out of legal weed, and within 4 days, they drastically underestimated how much everyone was going to be a weed piggy down there, didn't they? They had to get everyone together, issue emergency permits so people could bring it in from out of state, and issue other permits to allow retail sellers to come in, because they just went, holy shit, they underestimated their market. 4 days, statewide, legal weed was sold out. That's fucking amazing.
Well, see, here's the thing, Red Eye. What you're saying makes too much goddamn sense for people here in America.
Yeah. He says, can be shorter people that smoke often. Okay. Well,
I mean,
shit.
It just makes too much fucking sense.
If they road test me, I'm just going to get you dudes. Listen, quite honest. Pretty well been high for the last 20 years every day. I'm not going to try and bullshit it, because if they try and blood test me, number one, I'm going to hurt someone because I'm a really bad needle phobic.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to end up holding me down and drawing the blood anyway. That's what happens. They just call in some really big male nurses and they go, yo, we're going to draw some blood from you. We really don't want to make you break your own arm, but that will happen if you struggle too much. It's like, okay. I can take a hint, Mr. Big Burly male nurse dude that used to play football. Because I'm 6'3", but I'm as skinny as a rake. I can run really fast. I can climb like a fucking monkey. But when it comes to brute strength, and there's a dude that's got muscle, I'm just like, oh, they're going to snap me like a fucking twig. I'm so screwed. So I make like a stick insect and praying mantis and do all those, like, make myself look big and scary. Yes.
Well, that's basically me, but I'm like 5'9", so I'm not as tall as you. So I'm not quite as scary. But I can puff up.
I'm nearly 6'3", so 6'2" and a bit. When I used to wear those Johnny Rep riding boots, and those things, I used to stand nearly 6'5" in those things because they had really big, thick fucking soles on them at the heel.
Right on.
Rich and thick leather boots though, holy shit. And with Docs, I'm 6. I get the extra, so nearly 6'4". If I got a trench coat on, I look like I'm actually heavy set. But as soon as you see me with the t-shirt, I was like, oh shit, I could fly this skinny prick like a kite in a decent breeze.
Well, I've got a duster I wear every now and then, so that's kind of like a trench coat.
I got a World War II. It's the Fortnite. What are they? It's the quintessential trench coat. The 42. There's that. It's a number. I think it's a 1942. I forget what but it is the one that when you go look in the surplus stores for all the army stuff.
Oh, right.
I've got the British version. It's got the crown and it's actually got the military buttons on it still. I've had that thing for 20 fucking years, man, and it will survive generations. That thing could be handed down to fucking several humans over generations and it will survive and keep them incredibly warm. Like, middle of winter, I used to walk home from nightclubs and that thing, and if I just found somewhere nice to sleep on the beach, I'd go, I'm going to crawl under this mystery bush and have a sleep now. I wouldn't get cold because that coat, it'd go down near my ankles. I'd just wrap myself up in it, button it up, and shove my hands in the pockets, and that'd be me.
Yep, pretty much. That's the way my trench coat was in the army.
Yeah. All right, seen in chat, problem in AD, red state, fees growers and distributors too high, not on par with other industries for loss. That'll change. And that's the beauty of the free market. And if the GOP, the Red Boys are anything, they like their free markets, and they do try to let them do what they do. And market pressures, they would soon see that they'd have to bring it in line with other states, or else they'd start bleeding out. Because one thing I've noticed about America is that states will basically try and poach businesses from each other by using one of several mechanisms: grants, giving them a block of land to build on, maybe some tax incentives, tax incentives, or offering them lower taxes and fees compared to the state next door. And let's just say if you're a grower, and maybe we'll come up with a hypothetical here. Sensi Seed Bank spreads its wings and goes, we're going to spread out down to Colorado first, and then down to Nevada and Cali. And then a new bunch of states announce that they're going to do their thing and make it legal. But one of the red states is going to have their fees 15% higher than everyone else because, drugs are bad. That state's going to drop those fees real damn quick, or else they will not see that whole industry build up in their state. And when they start comparing it to places like Colorado that have been incredibly successful because they've kept it at a fairly decent, fair rate. It's like, I'm quite happy to pay taxes. Here's the thing. Taxes in Australia means we get cool things like bridges over rivers, hospitals, public schools, funding to build airports, funding to build telecommunications infrastructure that like our NBN that's currently being built, which has got me a far quicker internet connection than I've ever had. I was stuck on basically dial-up before this shit. So taxes are okay. High taxes, I get why people start getting upset. But I'll tell you who I don't mind seeing pay a lot of tax, and that's multi-fucking national mega-rich corporations like Nike and fucking Bayer. They can pay the top bracket. Fuck them. But
or the oil companies. Yeah, the oil companies can pay the top bracket.
Yeah, and incredibly rich people like your squillionaires, I don't mind them paying a high amount of tax after a certain amount of money. But let's remember that the American dream was you've got to be able to make that big pie of yours so big and fat that it'll feed your family forever. That was the dream. So you got to work out somewhere where even rich people can go, yeah, there is, and it's got to be a serious conversation with how much is enough for being ultra wealthy, and when do you mind giving 95% of what you earn after a certain point per year to charity or directly to charities or whatever. Instead of paying taxes, they can work out a deal to float entire charities if they want and write it off on tax.
Oh, yeah, and Moon said it. She's like, the hemp industry would boom here. And yeah, I would plow every fucking centimeter of my land and plant hemp on it if it was legal. But hemp and marijuana are the same thing in America, according to the law.
Well, hemp's got no THC content, so they're growing hemp over here and have been for a while, and it uses a lot less water than cotton.
Oh yeah, you can make paper out of it and don't have to chop down fucking forests.
Hemp denim it lasts 10 times longer than what Levi's making their fucking jeans out of. Here's the thing: if Levi worked on and making a really good denim out of hemp, here's their problem. They'd only need to sell a pair of jeans to every fucking fifth generation of people, because those jeans would end up on second-hand markets. You know what Levi's are like. Hemp denim doesn't wear like normal denim. It's even tougher, and normal denim's fucking hard to wear through, like good quality stuff. Like good quality hemp, here's the problem, mate. Doesn't feel, it's a bit stiffer to wear, doesn't feel as good. So they need to work on how to make it feel like more like a normal denim, but keep the quality and toughness of hemp denim.
Right.
Which would be cool.
I mean, it is. I mean, true enough.
And here's another thing. In Australia, I remember they used to make car panels out of hemp fiber and resin. And these things, there's footage of these guys getting a sledgehammer and just going bong, and the fucking panel would just like fold in, and then the hammer would get sprung back out, and the thing would just go pop back into its original shape. Fucking amazing. A sledgehammer hit, and it'll just go bong. But what do we make? What do we make panels out of now? Aluminium that likes to just fold like a son of a bitch.
Oh no, we make it out of fucking fiberglass here that just fucking shatters.
Yeah, well, most of the cars over here have got metal panels, and unless you're buying a kit car, it's like.
Well, you showed me that goddamn fucking road train thing that goes down your roads, so you need it.
Oh, those road trains are awesome, dude. You should see the real big fucking ones, man.
God damn.
Yeah, there's out west where there's like, you don't see road trains in the city where I live. They're not allowed. They have to go to a regional place and drop off their loads, and then trucks come and pick up each trailer individually. Now, hold on. I will do a quick Google search. Let's find out here, because this is the beauty of having I've got a second screen now, so I can drag a window over there.
You do that. It's beer o'clock. I'll be right
back. Again?
Again.
Rex is an alcoholic. All right. Largest road train in Australia. Let's do a Google search. largest road trains off. Holy fucking shit. Are you fucking kidding me? All right. That's insane. Now, this isn't technically a road train that's working hauling jobs, but it isn't a record. This is from Wikipedia. February 18, 2006, an Australian-built Mack truck with 112 semi-trailers, 1,279 long tons, 1,433 short tons, and 1,473 meters. So that's 4,836 feet and 11 inches long. Pulled the load 100 meters to recapture the record for the longest road train multiple loaded trailers ever pulled with a single prime mover. Are you fucking shitting me? That's insane.
I'm back.
All right, so some dude built a truck in Australia and he towed a fucking load that was 4,000 feet long for 100 meters to get the world record.
Jesus.
How would you even get that started?
Yeah,
He's got a train engine.
It was an Australian-built Mack truck, they're saying, and it was towing 112 fucking trailers.
Fuck me.
And that made it 1,473 meters in length, 4,836 feet. And they pulled that load 100 meters. I suspect they had a very special gearbox built just for the occasion.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it had the tallest first gear you've ever goddamn fucking seen, where it probably would have had a maximum speed of 0.000001 kilometers per hour, but the engine was revving at like fucking 50 squillion bazillion, but you know what I mean. They probably just geared it right and found a nice dead flat bit of road. Because once it starts moving, yeah, the battle's half won. So let's go to normal road train. Wiki.
Well, how would you fucking stop that shit? I mean, if you had to.
They've all got brakes, so luckily it's down the line. It'll just send a signal to every trailer. Its brakes will activate. So it's, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's kind of a chain brake thing. I got you.
Yep. All right, so we've got, oh, here we go. Trailer arrangements. We've got A double, B double, B triple, AB triple, BAB quad, and now we're getting to the big boys. C trains, dog trailer, interstate road transport. Yeah, so your big boys are thanks to the C train classification.
Jesus.
All right, so they do use road trains over in Europe and the States as well. Okay.
Well, those are only like 2 trailers in the States, as far as I've seen.
All right. What the hell?
Oh boy.
B double, okay. Listen to this shit. A B double, B train consists of a prime mover towing a specialized lead trailer that has a fifth wheel mounted on the rear, towing another semi-trailer, resulting in 2 articulation points. Oh, Jesus Christ. A super double B with a quad axle lead trailer capable of holding one 40-foot shipping container or two 20-foot shipping containers, and the rear trailer being capable of the same with either a tri or quad axle set. However, because of the length and low accessibility into narrow streets, the vehicles are restricted to where they can go generally or used for terminal work. So they're the really big retarded ones with this crazy articulation so they can bend the fucking trailers around corners and shit.
God damn.
Fucking hell. And have you seen some of these guys move these things? Like, they reverse some of these things, and it's like, you need to go to university to work out the physics behind reversing a truck trailer in the first place. But one of these double articulated ones, it's like, no, you need to be an alien.
You need to know some special physics for that shit.
A BAB quad consists of two B-double units linked with a converter dolly with trailer order of B-train standard, dolly B-train standard. Jesus Christ. That's what they mean by dog trailer. It's got a big, massive, long hitch between the first trailer and the second trailer, so it gives it lots of articulation and bendiness.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they're fucking big. Road trains are huge. Here we go. Listen to this one. Higher mass limits schemes are now in all jurisdictions in Australia, allowing trucks to carry additional weight beyond general mass limits. Some roads in some states regularly allowing up to 4 trailers at 53 meters long and 136 tons.
God damn it. Somebody's drinking beer too?
Yeah, that's me.
Listen, in comparison, in the United States, trucks on public roads are limited to 2 trailers, 228 feet, or an 8.5 meter, and a dolly to connect it. The limit is 63 feet or 19 meters end to end.
And those fuckers scare the shit out of me when they go by.
Well, imagine driving past one that's 53 fucking meters long. I've passed them out in the bush, dude. This is what happens out in the bush when it rains. The roads are basically wide enough for the semi-trailer, and if you go off the road when it's been raining, you get bogged. And here's the deal, and it's sort of like the honour system out west. If you see the truck coming, you pull off the fucking road and you get bogged. And that truck will start to slow down and pull up, and he'll get out and go, "Thanks for that, mate." And he's already got the snatch rope out, and he will just go on his trailer. He'll just go click. You go, "Jump in your car, mate," and he'll hook it up to you, and he'll just go, put it in first gear, and he'll just skull drag your car clean out of the mud back onto the road. Takes him about 5 seconds flat because his truck does not notice the weight of your car being added to the load. Just and you just go back out of the mud. And he goes, "Thanks for pulling off the road, mate. I'll make sure to tell the guys behind me that you looked after me, and they will look after you. They will never leave you stranded. If one does, you get on the radio, and the next truck stop, I'm pretty sure all the truckies get together and meet him out the back alleyway and go, slip, slap, slap, slip, slap, slap." Don't do that. Don't be an arsehole, because if you make one of those trucks get bogged, they have to get the special tow truck to come out, and that's hours of lost time and thousands of dollars down the shitter.
Well, now I know why Road Warrior was filmed in Australia. Because
so
goddamn.
That's the tip. So if you ever come to Australia and you're in the outback and you see a road train coming at you and it's been raining, pull off and get bogged, the truckie will stop and he will pull you straight out of there. Because you just saved his ass thousands of dollars. Yes, I've been places at this place where we go shooting it. When it's been raining, they call it pus country. The mud turns into this shitty layer of stuff that's about a foot deep, and your boots just sink straight into it. But then the suction thing comes, and it just every time it just goes, and you pull your foot straight out of your boot.
Yeah, I've been there.
I'm pretty sure everybody's got their own version of pus country. Just like goddamn shitty fucking mud. And kangaroos everywhere too. Yeah, that's fun. Oh, what's the time? God damn it. I was supposed to go into town and buy stuff at the shops, but I started to stream a video game and now the shops are shut. It's your fault, Rex.
Oh, my bad.
God
I
damn
shit
it.
all over your plans. My bad.
Yep. Oh, I don't know. Been a big week. Actually, let's check what else has been happening in Australia lately. Oh, shit. Wow. Yeah, we won't talk about that one. That's nasty. Huh. Drug smugglers. Drug smuggling yacht cut open with power tools to remove haul. Accused drug importers stopped off to buy power tools to smash open a luxury yacht where they had hidden a huge haul of cocaine. 66 kilograms of cocaine. Not bad.
Damn.
Court said the drugs were brought into the country on a yacht named the Soleil, skippered by Estonian citizen Arthur Rivkin. Mr. Rivkin had sailed to Australia after stops at Ecuador, Fiji. Yeah, here's the problem, mate. You stopped off at Ecuador. That was the big ding, 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 ding. That's where you should have bought the Coke somewhere not close to where the Coke's actually made. You need that's drug smuggling 101, mate. Never go to Ecuador or anywhere near the fucking Americas if you're going to smuggle Coke. Jesus Christ. Did you know what happened? As soon as your boat pulled up there and you were seen talking to a seedy shithead character in the local town, Interpol were notified and they tracked your fucking vessel across the ocean, you dumbass.
Hookers and blow.
Yeah, well, they followed. They knew that they pinged him in fucking Ecuador, and then they just watched him as he sailed from Ecuador to Fiji. He then went to Vanuatu for a while, and then pulled up on the Gold Coast, which is the city I live in. And he was greeted by a UK citizen when he pulled up at the fucking docks in Queensland, Australia. You stupid idiot. So I'm going to assume that Martin Mayers was being watched by Interpol as well at this point, and they've just put two and two together and gone, surely he's not travelling to the marina where the boat full of cocaine has just pulled up. Please don't give us this gift too early in the thing. We want to actually work the case a bit. Come on, fellas. We want to be detectives for at least 5. Come on. Oh, my God. He went to the boat. All right. Arrest a lot of them. That's what they did. Holy shit.
They didn't even get overtime.
Yeah, it's like... And the police are going to cry about it. We busted open this very sophisticated drug smuggling thing. No, you didn't. You busted a bunch of morons.
Yeah, no shit. I had a friend that used to do that. He used his sailboat and he would go back and forth between Thailand and Japan and smuggle opium. And he just, at night, before he went into port, he would swim onto the beach and bury it, then go into port, let customs tear the boat apart, and nope, no drugs, and then go to the beach and get it.
Yeah, low tech. Anonymity is longevity. There's a little saying that I stole from a book. And keep it low key, don't go too big, and just stay fucking off the radar. So be a ghost. And stopping off in Ecuador with your brand new fucking yacht, or I think they may have picked the yacht up in Ecuador because the cocaine was built into the hull. They had to smash the hull open to get the coke, but it was 66 kilograms of coke, so it was worth about several hundred yachts. So it didn't matter. Destroying one yacht, no biggie. That's amazing. Police said they found 40 packages of compressed white powder at the scene before locating another 54 packages when they searched the solo. Mr. Mayers is charged with importing and so he was the ringleader. He funded the whole thing. Yes, listen, gentlemen, I'll meet you at the berth down at the Gold Coast after you've imported all the cocaine from Ecuador. Fucking idiots. Seriously. Oh, they're all in their 60s. They've probably watched some fucking movie and got, we could do that.
Or they used to do it.
No, why? Why? Listen to this. Mr. Crowley said in prosecution evidence would include hidden surveillance recording and phone intercepts of discussions between some. Yeah, so they've pinged them fucking ages ago and they've watched them do the whole goddamn deal. Idiots. Defence barrister Greg Maguire, acting for Mr. Enting, said there was not enough evidence for prosecutors to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that his client knew Mr. Mayes and Mr. Rivkin had cocaine and that Mr. was planning on taking. Hold on. Let's scroll back up here. I'm going to guess that this gentleman that you're saying, oh, no, he had nothing to do with it. He went and met the two people that had the cocaine to buy the cocaine or to take delivery of said cocaine from the people that imported it, because the importers don't usually sell it. That's usually how it works. Yeah, that's it, and that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. The way I just described it. The police have watched the guys get it out of the boat, go and do a drug deal with these dudes, and the dude that was at the drug deal said, oh, I got nothing to do with it. You guys can't prove this beyond a reasonable doubt that I was here to do a drug deal. It's like, yes, we can. We watched the boat come from Ecuador that was full of cocaine. We watched the guy come from England, come to Australia and meet the boat full of cocaine, who was in contact with you organising the drug deal for the cocaine that was on the boat. Yeah, we can prove that. Yeah, that's why it took 3 years for the prosecution to build up the case to take it to court, because it's called an airtight case. That's why they don't do things. They do things really slowly in Australia. 3 fucking years to get it to court. So this all happened in 2015 and it's just come to court today. So the prosecution are so sure of themselves that, yes, it's gone to court. And all of them have pled not guilty. Oh, the fucking judge is going to throw the book at you 3 dumbasses. Oh, my God. Listen, here's the defense. Had the police held off for a minute or so, even less, they would have known for sure if he was going to take it or not. So he's saying, oh, even though my client was at this drug deal, he wasn't going to actually take the drugs, and that you've all swooped in before he actually picked the drugs up and accepted fucking possession of them, even though he was there with a big bag of money to buy the drugs. He didn't actually say that, oh, I'll take the drugs now. And they're trying to say, no, we weren't there to get the drugs. Even though we had the money for the drugs, we didn't actually take possession of the drugs, so we're not guilty. That's not how it works, silly billies. It's called conspiracy to fucking import fucking an illegal substance. You guys are guilty. Oh, and distributing it too, that's right. Scared the shit out of you then, didn't I, Del? Hey? He snuck in the room and thought I wasn't looking at you. You dickhead. This is amazing. Oh my God. Mr. Maguire said his client had accepted the job to take bulky items and thought he would be packing chandeliers and kitchen equipment in his van, not blocks of wrapped cocaine.
Well, I don't know. If that's the case, then that's when you let that person cop a plea and you find the person he was hired by.
It's really weird. I don't think there's anyone above these guys. This is such an amateur thing. It's like, I don't think the cartels are involved at any point after the initial sale, maybe in Ecuador.
Well, that's probably why they're not doing that.
Yeah, so the fucking defense is going with the drugs were ready to be handed over, but because the police moved in and stopped the handover, they ended up in no one's possession. This solicitor is the worst defense solicitor, and I must make a note: never hire this guy if I ever get caught with big bags of cocaine. Noted. Does he think that that's going to fly as a defense in a court of law? Does he? Nobody had the cocaine in their possession at the time. It was on a table between the two parties, Your Honour. And so was the money. We don't know who. The money and the cocaine were sovereign citizens under their own volition at this point. You should charge them with being in possession of themselves, maybe, Your Honour. Case dismissed, yes? No? Good God. Oh, Jesus. So the pair stopped at a large hardware store, bought tools including angle grinders, wrecking bars, power cords that were used to access hiding places in the yacht's fiberglass hull. Crowley said the men then went to meet three others, Marco Mazovic, Jordan Antic, and Victor Jokic, at a nearby car park to complete a drug deal. Drugs were ready to be handed over, but because police moved in and stopped the handover, no one ended up in possession. Yeah, that's not how that quite works, mate. Oh, yeah. Found some human bones in a bag near the Brisbane River. Parents who drop. Oh, this is. Oh, look out. Parents who drop off their kids before 8:30 a.m. at Burrows State School south of Brisbane will soon have to pay a daily fee for before school care, whether they like it or not. How is that going to work? That's a state school. State schools can't charge fees for services like that because it's a state-funded school. What are you fucking doing, you retards? This is going to last all of about 5 fucking minutes before they'll fucking backpedal and remove this bullshit. And they're going to try and say it's $2.60 a day per child. That's a nice arbitrary, strange number to come up with. Oh, Mr. Dudley, sir, you don't seem to understand the basic fundamentals of the education system in Australia. Your taxes pay for it, mate. You don't have to pay any more fees. The only things you pay fees for is like the extracurricular shit, like sending your kids on camp and stuff. The rest of it's all been paid for. You don't have to pay money to drop your kid off at the school at 8:29 in the morning when school starts at fucking 9 o'clock. And they're going to charge you $2.60 because your kid's there at 8:29 and not 8:31? No, mate. This is not going to stand. This is silly. Oh, yep. And another parent doesn't understand the basics of how we fund shit in Australia. State schools don't get charged fees like that. No. Private schools, no problem. They can do what they like. They're a privately funded business, but these are state schools. Hello in chat. Don't mind me. I'm just reading the news and being a little bitch because I'm good at that. But that's a bit unfair. A state school that's been funded by the government shouldn't be trying to stick parents for dropping their kids off at school. Shit, we used to get to school at 8 o'clock to start playing fucking handball. And we didn't need any fucking supervisors because we were at school. It's like, just there's already a bunch of adults there. It's like, what the fuck are these people talking about? Unless school's a bit more like, I don't know, what was that, Lord of the Flies? Is it a bit like that these days? The kids are a bit more feral than when I was a kid. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a weird one. It's just the way things are funded in the way, and this is my understanding. And if I've got it wrong, I've got it wrong, and I can eat a bucket of shit. But we pay taxes, and a certain amount of those taxes are earmarked for education, and we fund the schools. But to have this, it's just one school doing this. If it was across the board statewide, I'd go, yeah, all right. But it's one school trying to enact this fucking little policy of charging this extra fee. And that's, yeah, I don't think they're going to get away with it myself. I have a feeling that the education department's going to step in and go, no. And in my day, what used to happen is the tuck shop, for instance, a lot of the students' parents, my mum used to go and work there once a month, and all the mums would take their turns working the tuck shop. And there was a few ladies in there that worked the joint and made sure it was all running, but there was a lot of volunteers that kept it running. Maybe the parents should work out a roster and volunteer if they're worried about supervision. Fuck paying the school, though, for nothing. What are they going to do? Who gets the $2.60 per kid? That's going to add up to how much per week if there's a couple of hundred kids? I don't know. Where's all this money going to go? More questions are being raised. Fuck this shit. I don't know. We lived in a shoebox in the middle of the road. Yeah, like I said, if it was a statewide thing and they did it at every school, I'd be going, well, it's an education department thing. That's cool. But if a principal could decide to start charging a fee randomly and arbitrarily, I have a little bit of a worry about that. Another call. Yeah, it's... Well, I'm still saying that when I used to get to school at 8 o'clock in the morning so we could play handball for an hour. So I'd bail at 7:30 in the morning from my place, pedal half an hour, get to school by 8. There's already hundreds of kids there doing their thing. Because a lot of the parents used to kick off, their parents were in the construction industry, like their dads and some of their mums were. And their mums and dads were gone at 7 in the morning. So some of them would be there even earlier doing sports and shit. You know what we used to do? Some of the extracurricular activities were done before school too. Maybe they could try that. I don't know. They need to be more flexible maybe. I don't know. It's a 24-hour thing, and it's a bit weird one school's trying to charge a fee. But anyway, who gives a shit? It's just a shitty little fee. Why am I still talking about it? Fuck off, Red Eye. Okay.
Red Eye, what are you on about?
I don't know.
Anything and everything.
Fair enough.
You're fucking
Shane,
Listen,
come in here.
I've got to get going, mate.
What?
Yeah, no, I've just got a message from someone and something's gone down and I need to find out what the
Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
Hey, folks in chat, sorry about me just ranting and raving. And Rexy, thanks for inviting me on, mate. Always a pleasure catching up with you, sir.
Red Eye, it is my pleasure, always.
No worries, brother. Sorry to cut short. Yeah, I just got a disturbing message from Pimp, and I've got to go and see what the fuck's going on there.
Do what you got to do, man.
Yeah,
right,
no worries.
Thanks, guys. Salum, and just remember, if you can't be good, be fucking good at it.
Exactly.
Well, that was interesting.
Oh, Red Eye's always interesting.
It reminds me of an Australian friend I have in the Philippines. Talks exactly the same. Same verbiage, everything.
Fair enough.
Well, shit, you were talking about Burt Reynolds earlier. You ever see Hooper?
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. I love the truck going backwards down the highway, confusing the hell out of the cops.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Like, what? So you're drinking beer and smoking too, huh?
Yeah, about to go back outside and have another cigarette.
Oh, you got to go outside to smoke? What the fuck?
Yeah, I got little ones in the house.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm here in Houston, and Aaron Raw's going to be here.
You know what? I'd love to have a conversation with him, but I've never got to.
I've never met him before, but he is an extremely smart man.
Oh, yeah. He knows his evolution. That's his wheelhouse. He knows evolution and phylogeny and all that other life stuff. But my wheelhouse is astronomy and physics. That's where I know the most.
Well, I'll stick with biology.
Hey, if that's what you know, then go with what you know.
Yeah. I think getting into the philosophy thing, I'm a bit late in the game for that.
Oh, Steve McRae and his philosophy shit. I'm lost when he starts talking about that shit. Astronomy and physics. That's what I know. That's why I was laughing at what's his name? Wonton.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, that guy.
He makes me crazy.
I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to go there.
Well, Steve kept trying to goat me into getting on there. I'm not. No, not happening.
No. I almost asked him to let me on once, and I heard what Wonton was saying, and I was like, no, because I'll just call him a fucking asshat.
It's a stupendous amount of dodging that he's able to do. Like somebody in the chat was saying, you know, he was stupid. I don't think he's stupid. You have to be pretty smart to be able to pull that shit off. He's just misguided.
I don't even know if I want to give him that much credit. He just doesn't know what he doesn't want to know.
I'm still in the camp that says he's a Poe.
Well, I was in the Army with a guy who had his accent. He claimed he was from Devil's Kitchen. But no, that's a Brooklyn accent. That's not a Devil's Kitchen accent. So fuck that guy. He's a liar.
Yeah. Well, I got to talk to Kyle and find out if I can use a little clip of the non sequitur show in my next cartoon. I want to take the little wonton Occam's razor and add it in at the end.
Oh, I'm sure they'll let you. I mean, it's no big thing. I'm a mod on the Discord that they have.
Yeah, I saw you in there the other night. I don't talk all that much.
I don't either. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just depends.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the route of Flat Earthers comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like engaging with this. So there's a science head of a science department that's a friend of mine. We went to university together, and well, he makes a hell of a lot more money now. He was smarter than I was going to academia. But he always says, you know, don't waste time on the dead.
Well, that's very true. I mean, we have pictures of Earth from space. Oh, wait, no, we don't, because space is a lie.
Yeah, it's all CGI, man. I mean, if I could have figured out how to do that as a kid on my Apple IIe, I'm telling you, you know, I would have been a multi-billionaire by now.
Oh, true that. Yeah.
What did you watch the Psi 10 one?
Oh, God. How do you know? How do you know that? How do you know? Are you just a brain in a vat? How do you know? Fuck me. God damn it.
I just want to put him and a flat earther in the same room. Shitload of cameras, two-way mirror. Give him
But
some.
how do you know? But how do you know?
Yeah, maybe like every 2 hours you drop a heavy object in, like a hammer.
Get on there, drop. Yeah, punch Saturn in the throat repeatedly. God damn. How do you fucking know? Are you a brain in a bat? How do you know?
I'm a brain in a vodka jar.
I'm a brain in a beer jar. So nice.
I want to make a cartoon about Psi 10, but I can't think of how to make that funny.
You can't. Because it's so fucking unreal. Yeah.
Well, speaking of stars, I can just now see Orion over my neighbor's house.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
It's raining here. I can't see shit.
I hate being here. There's so much light pollution in Houston.
Fair enough.
I don't know, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I was out in a place called Orla, Texas, which is basically an intersection. Like, that is all it is. There are no houses. Population 0. There's a gas station. But in the middle of the night, oh my God, man. If I had a camera with me, I would have been able to get them, everything. Absolutely everything. There were only limitation was my eyes.
Are those crickets?
Crickets and a couple frogs.
Oh, okay.
And occasionally gigantic cockroaches.
Oh, I have gigantic crows at my house.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about them here. Unfortunately, pretty much the only birds they have here are cardinals and blue jays. Occasionally a dove. Far too many cats outdoors. In fact, there's one underneath my car.
The crows are